So these are my orchids mounted on juniper hearts. These are the insides of juniper branches or stumps after they die and the bark goes away, and it is like petrified wood. I mean, I have to drill to get a hole in for the hanger, and it's even hard for a chainsaw to get through it to cut it off like a little piece like that. So they are like petrified wood. So I think they should last forever, especially in maybe under a porch or in the house or something. But orchids are epiphytes, and epiphytes mean that they grow in air without soil, and they have these roots, aerial roots, and then the leaves, and they absorb moisture and nutrition from the air. And in their natural habitat, they actually grow just like this. They grow on the sides of trees, and they grow out sideways, and they bloom kind of out from the tree. So what you see in the stores is not natural, where they're in the pots with the bark and the moss and things like that. That is done for commercial reasons and to force them to bloom, because of course you're not going to buy an orchid unless it's gorgeous and in bloom at the supermarket, right? So they force them to bloom, and they do it using a lot of techniques that work great to get you to buy it. But then once they quit blooming, most people throw them away because they think that it's like a cut flower, and that once they're done blooming, they're done. But if you know what you're doing, you can keep growing them, and they will rebloom for years. So I just got this one today. I bought a blooming one just to go ahead and show what it would look like. All of the other ones that I've been playing with, these were ones that had already bloomed, and I've been kind of experimenting to see how they would do on the mount versus in a pot. And honestly, they do a whole lot better. They're happier, they don't get the root rot, and they're putting out new growth. So I was thinking about selling these. I think they're really cool. And I was thinking about putting some together and maybe even doing custom, like, I've got some pieces of wood, and then I can get an orchid in a particular color or something like that. And so what I'm thinking is for these bigger ones, somewhere around like $75 or so. There's a lot of work involved because I have to, I go out and find these, and then they're generally dirty, so I have to scrub them really good with like a wire brush and get them clean. And then I bake them at 225 degrees in the oven for like at least 30 minutes to make sure that there's no critters. And then I seal them with a really nice water-based polyurethane so that it won't harm or damage the flowers. And I actually don't seal them under where the flower is. I don't seal that so that the new roots can attach. The roots that are already on the orchid that you see here, those will not attach to the juniper, but new ones will. New roots that come out will attach and climb. So theoretically, they should get bigger and actually climb up them over time. So for smaller ones, I was thinking around $50 or $60, and for these around $75 to $100, depending on the size and how many orchids and the type of orchid and the cost of it and all. But anyway, I think they're awesome, and I have been having so much fun with them. So I would love to know what you think and if it's something you'd be interested in.